all you happy hatchlings. I'm getting a cold again. It's Leah, the Lunar Leo, and I am here to do hashtag what's your craft? Hashtag what's your craft? I've been tagged by the lovely Ashley Michelle on the Hatchling Clan, but her channel, YouTube channel, is Ashley Adulting, and she is marvelous. I feel like we're quickly bonding, and I'm so happy about it. So I'm really excited to be tagged. Let's get to it! When did you first know you were a witch? Well, around 12 years old, I was heartbroken that Harry Potter wasn't real and that magic wasn't real and that you could never be a witch or wizard. It literally crushed my soul. So fast forward to last year, I had a lot of time on my hands and insomnia, and I was like, fuck it, you know, I have nothing to live for right now, so I'm gonna become a witch, because it's a thing. You know, maybe not in the Hollywood sense. Last year, when I made the conscious decision that that's what I wanted to be, that's what I wanted to practice. So yeah, about a year ago. What path or tradition do you follow? None. Like, literally none. What kind of a witch are you? Well, I'm an eclectic witch, for sure. I don't follow any particular path or tradition or anything like that. Devotional or secular? Definitely secular. Yeah, definitely secular. 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 Closeted or open? I am still very much so in the closet. Not at all like in my immediate surroundings. Like, my husband is totally cool with it. He knows. We talk about it on the daily. He's, you know, kind of interested in it, but he's, I don't know. I'm not pushing it on him, but, so he's totally cool with it. His dad, my in-laws, probably wouldn't be very cool with it. My mom definitely would not be very cool with it. In the closet, honey. I'm in the closet. Just trying to be, you know, more confident and sure of myself and ready to just wait for that, wait until I know that I'm ready to kind of reveal that to more people that I know and love. Solitary or coven? I am a very solitary witch. I'm definitely open to a coven, open to like having a group of people that we can express and share our magical workings and journeys together, for sure, and support each other. But I wouldn't like to be a part of something that is very like, I don't know, like very ritualistic or very like by the book, if that makes sense. Something you wish people had told you when you were beginning. There's a lot of things, but I wish I had, and I was told this, but I wish I had understood more that you need to be patient. It's not something, it's a learned skill, okay? That's the biggest thing, is that it's a learned skill. Witchcraft, your craft is a learned skill. And it's hard, I know for me, it was frustrating at first because you want to dive in, you want to learn spells, you want to enchant your life, you want to see the results, you want to meet your spirit guides and guide it. I always do that. You want to meet your spirit guides and guardians. I think I nailed it that time. You know, you just like want to be immersed in the magic. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in 3 months' time. It is a commitment that you make that you must be patient with and you must nurture. So, you know, you've got to do the research. You've got to watch the videos. You've got to get on, you know, the internet and do your research. You got to read the books. You've got to do the trial and error to see what feels right to you, what doesn't feel right to you. And don't be concerned that other people seem to know so much, or you know, their posts are so cool, or, you know, they're just on a level that you'll never reach. That's not true. Everybody's at their own stage in the game, and there's nothing wrong with beginning, but just be patient, because it's a learned skill. You learn as you go, and it's gonna take a little bit of time before you click with it and you figure out, you know, where your magic is. So just be patient. It's a learned skill. Best resources for beginners. The internet. Hands down, the internet. Whether it's your smartphone or a computer, get on the internet. because the internet, you can order your books if you want to read a book, a magical book, or a book about witchcraft. There's all sorts of YouTube videos, there's tutorials, there's endless amounts of content that you can absorb on the internet. So I would get on the internet, I would start researching and take it from there. If you like to read, read. If you like to watch YouTube videos, watch YouTube videos. And just get on the internet and do some research and get to it. You can do it. What was your first spell and was it successful? I honestly don't remember exactly what my first spell was. I think it was probably be like a self-healing spell or a spell, you know, a healing spell of some kind to help with my depression, because when I got into, whoa, did you see that thing jump? When I got into witchcraft, you guys, I'm getting sick again. You gotta double fist it. You gotta double fist it when you're feeling like this. But anyway, was it successful? No. No, it wasn't. And that's because I hadn't done everything I could do for myself in, not the real world, in the physical world. I wasn't doing anything for myself in the physical world to truly better my situation. And it wasn't until I accepted, you know, different forms of help that I needed that I really began to get better, and that my magic started clicking, started coming to me in a way like I've never felt before. What do you do when you feel out of touch with your path or craft? Well, the easiest way for me, it's like sensory. So put on some fantasy music or some trance music or harp music, things like that that are enchanting. Light some incense if you can. Incense? Get some incense! Candles always help. Like Christmas lights, I don't know if you can see. Oh god, guys. If I ruin this. Yeah, like my Christmas lights there. And look, it looks like a unicorn. Like the way it's behind the curtain. I love that. But anywho. You want to create like an ambiance. And for me, like when I have those scents, when I have some like a salt lamp or Christmas lights or something like that, like maybe I'm not feeling so magical inside, but it feels, you know, magical to me. So that's what I would do. That's what I do. Start with some of the senses, stimulate the senses, definitely create an environment that is enchanting. Have you ever doubted yourself, your ability, your faith, your craft? Well, absolutely, absolutely. That is going to be a big part of your journey, especially starting out. But it is completely normal, it is completely natural, it is completely necessary for you to have times of doubting yourself, your faith, your craft, your abilities. Because you don't ever want to get too big for your britches. You got to keep yourself in check sometimes. But also, how can you learn, how can you grow as a witch or in magic if you don't have like plateaus? You know, if you don't have times where you're not doing so well, or you know, your spells aren't successful, or you're feeling really disconnected and you can't get back into it. So that's going to be part of it. Biggest spell disaster. Thankfully, so far I haven't had any disasters, but I have had plenty of spells along the way that haven't been successful or haven't worked, or I just didn't, you know, the intention like wasn't strong enough, blah blah blah. But so far, I have had no grand disasters. But you guys will be the first to know if and when they happen. Views on black magic. Well, magic is about your intention. So if your intention is evil, if your intention is to hurt somebody, to disadvantage somebody, to get back at somebody, to, you know, curse somebody, things like that, I mean, that's kind of on you. And karmically, you know, the rule of 3 times 3, whatever you put out there is going to come back to you 3 times. Fold, or threefold, I should say, not 3 times, threefold. Well, maybe 3 times. I don't know. The world works in mysterious ways, my friend. So the long and short of it is, you know, magic can definitely be used in a bad way. It can be used in a dark way, but magic's magic, and it's all in the intention that the practitioner puts behind it. Is witchcraft an everyday thing, or is it only for special occasions? Like right now I'm going through a phase where like every day is so magical. Like every day is just magical, and it's not because I'm like conjuring, excuse me, in my cauldron. I'm not casting a hella amount of spells or anything. Not performing a lot of rituals. It's just like there's just this feeling, or like just being with my houseplants and the time of the season, the candles. I don't know, just the way that my lifestyle is. It feels enchanted right now. I also see the advantage of only on special occasions, because if you think about magic energetically, if you're constantly putting, you know, your energy out there and you're sending it out, you're going to deplete yourself of energy pretty quickly. And also, how can any one particular spell be successful when you're not focusing your intention specifically on something? Now, it really depends what the spell is for or what the ritual is for. You want to focus your intention on, I don't know, a couple things. One or two things, whatever you feel like you can manage, but you definitely don't want to overdo it. Do you meditate? I do my best, y'all. I definitely am not a daily meditator, and that's to my own disadvantage currently. Moon phases, astrology, etc. Important, irrelevant, key? Well, moon phases, I'm gonna have to say, are extremely key for me, personally. I feel like with the, you know, the phase of the moon from new moon, to full moon is important and kind of central in a way to a lot of pagan and Wiccan practices. So I would definitely say that moon phases are something that you should, I think, take into pretty heavy consideration. Be familiar with them. Astrology, things like that. It's not irrelevant, but it's also not key. It has a lot of variables. Depends on the circumstance. It depends on what I don't know, it depends. Astrology and other things like that are maybe not as key to me as moon phases. Moon phases, you gotta know them. You gotta love them. Moon phases. And the full moon, I love that every full moon has a different name. I love that, like, blue moons, 2 full moons in 1 month. Get out of here. Like, moon phases. Of course they're key. Of course. Mercury retrograde would be something I would, you know, look into to see when that's going to be, because that can affect a lot of us, believe it or not. I mean, I don't know how you feel about astrology. I love astrology. Mercury retrograde ain't nobody's friend. She ain't nobody's friend. And when Mercury retrograde comes around, you can expect to redo whatever magical workings you've done. And also pretty much anything day to day. Tie your shoes, gotta do it again. Make a cup of coffee. Oh, you forgot it, now it's cold, you gotta make it again. Yeah, that's Mercury retrograde. Spell language. Simple or dress it up? Well, excuse me. I am dying. I'm in the process of, anyway. I'm not a poet. I don't, like, I can rhyme, I can freestyle rap, but when it comes to, like, writing poetry, I don't know what it is. I can't do it. So that's a skill that I'm working on currently, and learning. It's a learned skill. So I like to keep it relatively simple. Little teeny tiny little ditty. For me, dressing it up is gonna be, like, down the road. I'm gonna keep it simple for now. It's a learned skill. Learned skills, guys. Do you keep a book of shadows? I'm terrible with journaling. I can't even journal. Like, I can't journal. I can't. I never have. Not in a magical sense, not in any sense. Ever. Ever. That I'm struggling with so much. I have made a book of shadows for myself to use. It's really spiffy. But again, I'm not gonna put anything in that because it's beautiful until I've drafted it out, and God only knows when and how I'm gonna do that. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Do you have an altar, and is it dedicated to anything specifically? I definitely have an altar. I have an altar in my kitchen. I have an altar. I kind of consider this windowsill an altar. Oh my god, my room's a mess. And I guess if you would say, like, it's dedicated to plants, it's dedicated to fairies, like, it's dedicated to green magic at the moment. And then I made this little toadstool. It was just like a little metal outdoor table, and I was sick of looking at it on my porch. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cute, a toadstool, right? So I made it. And now that is where, if I cast a spell, if I'm working on a ritual, that is the altar that I will use and customize day to day, or, you know, for whatever occasion I'm using it for. Like, every single time that I use it, I will take everything off, I will clean it off, I'll reassemble it in the way that I want it to be for that occasion. But I don't have any deity or any particular season or any particular thing that it is, you know, designated for at the moment, or dedicated to, I should say. Plants and fairies, it's taken over. It's just taken over the whole house. What do you do when fairies have taken over your house? Let me know in the comments below. Thoughts on the afterlife? No one can say for sure, but this is something that I learned in science class all those years ago, and it really hit me in a spiritual way, and it's given me a lot of comfort, is that energy can neither be created nor can it be destroyed. Energy simply changes forms, is recycled. All the energy from the Big Bang, like all the energy that is here. It's I don't know, the atoms that I am made up of might have already been, no, they definitely have been. They've been used in other forms before. Like, maybe not a conscious form, I don't know. I'm not like a quantum physicist, you guys, but, you know, you cannot create and destroy new energy. It is recycled. And so for me, that really hit me on a spiritual way. I've always, since I was a little girl, believed in reincarnation. And I don't claim to know or even really have an idea of how that would work, what it looks like, what you come back as, if it's, you know, you did good, so you're up, you did bad, so you're down. Like, I have no idea how it works, but there's something strongly inside me that feels, that really strongly feels like there is an afterlife, and that after this life, something continues on. Like, the knowledge, like, this life, we are meant to take in as much knowledge and grow as much as we possibly can, so that whatever comes next, we can apply that to whatever comes next. And I have no idea what that would be, but I know for me that there's something. So that's how I feel. Would you teach magic or witchcraft to your children? Well, in a way, probably, but I don't plan on raising them with any particular religion or tradition or faith in mind. In fact, I really would like them to be pretty well-rounded. Like, my mom's a really devout Christian, so I know that she'll be taking them to, you know, Sunday school and things like that, and that's totally fine with me. And, you know, they'll probably at some point, you know, wonder about what I do and kind of the tools that I have. You know, I'm sure that they'll have questions at some point. What's that? Obvious. They're children. They're gonna have questions, obviously. And I have no problems kind of in a gentle way teaching them about it, but I think that it's important for them to be exposed to different things, like whatever the heck that they want to be. Like, I'm totally on board with encouraging them on their own spiritual path. Just don't be a shithead, okay? All roads lead to Rome. It's a journey. We'll get there. Ah! Magical name. Do I have one? No. My name is Leah. I go by Leah the Lunar Leo on the Hatchling Clan in my aminos, just as kind of like a username. It's definitely something that resonates with me. It means something to me for sure. It's not like just something I pulled out of my derriere. But I don't refer to myself with any sort of magical name or title, and, you know, I've been interested in you know, that being revealed to me. It hasn't been so far, and until something, you know, really, like, I'm pretty sure there's people out behind the window there. God bless it. Probably watching me make this video. Anyway, yeah, until that becomes more clear, until it hits me so strongly that it's like, oh, obviously that's my magical name. I'm not assigning myself, oh, hear that? I'm not assigning myself any magical names at the moment. Alrighty, hatchlings, it's Friday. I need a cigarette. I know, I'm sick, I'm hacking, I got a freaking, nose that's all gosh. It has been a pleasure to do the Witchy Tag. I'm so thankful that Ashley and Michelle, Ashley Adulting, has tagged me to do the What's Your Craft. I had a really fun time doing it. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to meeting more witchy YouTubers so that I can also forward the tag of What's Your Craft. Until then, stay tuned. But thank you again, guys, so much for watching, and have a wonderful, safe, enjoyable, wonderful, happy, fabulous, lovely, fun, super, awesomely safe weekend! It might be Saturday or Sunday, or maybe even Monday before you see this. But if that's the case, I am glad that you had a good weekend. Until next time, hatchlings, sending you endless love and light and positivity, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. No matter what day it is that you're watching this video, I hope you have a good day. So, blessed be, and bye.